Hey guys, it's Kaylee. I am back with another keyword series video. It has been an awfully long time since we did a keywords video, and it's actually, I think it is the most popular playlist on my channel. And I don't know why I don't make more of these videos because you guys do really like them. If you guys are new to the keyword series, it's basically a video where we go over 5 keywords to put into your eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, whatever platform you sell on, keywords to put into your listings, either in your titles or in your descriptions, that help bring buyers to your item because you are describing them correctly, putting in those keywords and bringing them through search to your item. I think keywords are extremely important, so I am constantly researching keywords. In fact, I actually made a document. It is a copy and paste sheet of frequently used keywords that you guys can purchase for just $5. I will link all of that down below. If you are interested, I do have a video describing what that is, or you could even make your own keywords document. But this video is a little different. We're not just going to be shouting out a bunch of keywords. We are actually going to be going over what they mean. That way you aren't using a keyword for something and it doesn't really belong, if that makes sense. That's called keyword spamming, and we want to avoid that at all costs. Before I head on over to my computer and go over some of these keywords with you, I am going to put on my blue light filter glasses because my eyes feel like they are going to bleed. How about you guys? Do you spend pretty much hours every day as a reseller on your computer, on your phone, constantly looking at screens, and the eye strain is just so real? That's why I like partnering up with TIJN. I want to take a moment to thank TIJN for sponsoring today's video. TIJN is an eyewear company. They do really trendy glasses, blue light filter, and also sunglasses. And you can get those without prescription or with prescription. I know a few of you guys have asked, I wear glasses, can I get a prescription? The answer is yes, you can get a prescription in any of those options I just mentioned. I personally do not need a prescription, knock on wood. Not having any eye issues yet, but I do definitely feel strain and my vision is not as good at the end of the day when I'm not wearing blue light filter glasses. And in general, I honestly get headaches at the end of the day if I'm on screens too much. But this really helps with that. It helps with eye strain, and they're just honestly really cute. So TIJN sent me a couple of glasses. These ones are sunglasses and these ones are the blue light filter, which love the blue light filter. The sunglasses I wear while driving, going out sourcing, protect your eyes, not get in a car accident, you know, all the things that sunglasses do. And when they put out new product, they are super, super on trend. I actually just started following them on Instagram, and you guys can check out, see like on actual models what the shape of the eyewear looks like, which I find to be very helpful when choosing your glasses. So I'm gonna open up the blue light filter. I've talked about them in a video before. These are a new pair for me. So it's spelled TIJN. I believe it's pronounced TIJN. At least I think that's how I'm pronouncing it. And they do have sustainable packaging, which I really like. Everything is eco-friendly. You also get a little cleaning kit and a really cute case branded with TIJN. So these blue light filter glasses are really cool. You guys can probably see from the light how it is filtering, which one thing I really love about these is they come off clear. So you can see that they look just like normal glasses. They're extremely clear, but when light hits them, they do filter out, which is really nice. They have all kinds of trendy ones. I really love this like tortoise shell looking one. Gives me like animal print vibes. And honestly, the frames, they feel so high quality. So thank you to TIJN so much for sponsoring today's video and also saving my eyes. These are really cute and they kind of go with my top that wasn't planned. All right, let's head over to the computer now that we are protected and go through some of these keywords. Okay, so let's get started on these keywords. I am going to look at my monitor here, show you guys a couple of images, and then we will go over what all of these mean. Now, these 5 words that I've chosen today, I chose because they are what I feel very relevant and very trendy for what people are looking for today. Some of these you might have heard of, but maybe you never actually looked into them, or you think you know what they mean. Maybe you're using them incorrectly, but we're gonna do a quick deep dive into each of these keywords, and then hopefully you will remember them to put them into your listing. And I also find them to be very helpful to look for these kind of things while you're at the thrift store and help you know what to source for. So one of them that I think is extremely trendy right now are mixed prints. That's actually 2 words, but I'm gonna consider it 1 keyword. So mixed prints is exactly what it sounds like. It is mismatched prints together into 1 garment. Sometimes, I mean, that can also mean you have 1 print of a top, 1 print of a bottom, but in this case, we are talking about mixed prints on 1 garment as a whole. When I think of mixed prints and what's trendy right now, I think of mixed prints on dresses. This really goes with the peasanty, bohemian theme, which I think is still really prevalent today. And you might think that that just mixed print sounds too simple, but it actually is a key word that a lot of people are looking for, and it really accurately describes some of the dresses that are being sold in stores like Anthropologie, Farm Rio. A lot of major fashion brands that a lot of people are seeking after today are incorporating mixed prints into their garments. Some other words that you might use to describe mixed prints are patchwork. A lot of people use the term patchwork when mixed prints are basically patched together. That's also a really great keyword to use to describe something like this. Mixed prints are very wacky and weird, very unique. I think the trend of being unique right now is something everybody's looking for. That's why everyone's going into vintage. Everyone wants vintage. People really want to thrift store shop now, because they want the most unique item. Everybody wants to look different. People don't want to look the same anymore. It's no longer cool to look like your best friend. You all want to look different. So like I said, mixed prints is very bohemian, very boho, very patchwork, very eclectic, and definitely a very cool vibe. I'm very here for it when done correctly. So dresses are probably the major one that I would look for in mixed prints, but even jackets or blazers, even jeans sometimes when they are mixed patterns can do very well. So if you come across anything mixed prints at the thrift store, it's definitely worth looking into. And you can either use mixed prints or patchwork when you're doing your comps to pull up really specific results. So the next keyword is cottagecore. And I feel like a lot of people have heard this word, but maybe they don't know what it means, or they don't know how to use it, or they don't exactly know what they're looking for. I just basically pulled up the definition off of Google. Someone asked, what is cottagecore fashion? And the answer was, more than just a visual aesthetic, cottagecore is an ideal lifestyle that romanticizes rural country living and the activities that come with it, whether that be raising farm animals, gardening, or practicing traditional forms of craft such as crochet. So that's kind of what cottagecore means in a sense. Now there's cottagecore like home decor, cottagecore living. What we're talking about today is cottagecore fashion, and I think a lot of what I just said can help to describe the kinds of clothing that you might want to look for in cottagecore. Cottagecore is still extremely popular. I see this a lot on Depop. I see it a lot on Instagram. Definitely a great keyword if you truly have something that is cottagecore vibes. So when it comes to cottagecore fashion, the main one that sticks out in my head are the cottagecore dresses. They have almost the same exact identical cut in all of these major cottagecore dresses, just with different prints. So it's usually more of a square neck, sometimes V-neck, has a little bit of a puff half sleeve, and then it's tiered. And typically that is midi to maxi length. The cottagecore style seems to be, more modest, I guess I would say. That might be a good term to use. but typically cottagecore is not, you're not gonna find that style in shorter dresses. So you wanna think of like, if you were at a cottage, like way back when, what would you be wearing? Think of things like florals and the puff sleeves and the really long dresses. Skirts do very well, very dainty and feminine. Some of it too, like the apron dresses with the long sleeves underneath, I think could definitely be classified as cottagecore. I will be putting visuals on the screen, so hopefully having those visuals helps. But mainly when I think of cottagecore, what's really popular right now are the dresses. There are also cottagecore handbags. But if you have something that like really fits this aesthetic, you should definitely put that into your listing because like I said, it's extremely trendy right now. People are looking for very specific items to get this look. And if you put that into your listing, they're going to probably buy it. Now the next one is similar in name, but they have very different aesthetic, and that is grandma core. Now some people might be laughing at that, but it's exactly what it sounds like. It is younger people dressing in what a lot of people would consider what your grandmother would wear. This style and cottagecore have a lot of factors that I feel like are the same, but overall, I think that they are a little bit different. This one definitely veers more towards like darker colors in my opinion. So when I researched this on Google, what is grandma core? Grandma core refers to an aesthetic that is based around cottage and stereotypical grandma related things. Gardening, soft knitted fabric, crocheting, farmland animals, fresh baked bed, etc. So again, just like cottagecore, there is, home decor with grandma core, just a lot of different things. But we're specifically, again, talking about fashion. In fashion, there is a lot of grandma core. You're gonna see this more particularly during fall and winter, I feel like, where sweaters are really heavy, but still you can find some grandma core dresses, skirts, and things like that. That you can sell using this keyword. I have had really good luck with grandma core. Also, on the men's side, putting words like grandpa into stuff if it's more of like a vintage looking sweater. Don't ask me why this is so popular now. Again, I think that has to do with everyone trying to be unique, wearing the most weird, wacky thing that they can. I don't know, it's a look. It's a look. It's not my favorite look, but it's a look. Another thing that you might want to look for in grandma core are the granny square blankets. Granny square blankets can go for crazy amounts of money, and they don't necessarily need to have a brand. Actually, typically they don't have a brand because they're usually homemade. But if you find those with a lot of bright colors, a lot of contrasting colors, you're going to be looking at some really good profits. So that's another thing besides fashion that you might want to look for. But the word grandma core or even just grandma or grandpa really helps in your listings to get the right person to that aesthetic. Again, typically people looking for these kind of pieces are looking for something very, very specific, and they're going to be searching those terms. The next keyword is equestrian. I feel like equestrian is still extremely popular. So equestrian fashion is just that related to horseback riding, essentially. It's usually very clean cut. It's not to be confused with like rugged and fringy Western wear. Equestrian is like, try to think like professional horse riders. They're all wearing those really sleek tailored jackets, really tailored pants with the riding boots. That is very equestrian. Anything to do with horses or, professional horse riding is the best way that I can describe it. Google's definition is not that great, so I'm making up my own. When it comes to equestrian fashion, you're gonna wanna look for really sleek lines. I feel like this is mainly for women's pieces, but I feel like you could tailor it to men's depending on the kind of pieces you have. But I think more so women, in women's fashion, they are looking for equestrian looking pieces, but again, very sleek, very tailored. So if you come across something like this, especially like knee-high boots, you could put equestrian into your title if it fits that bill. Typically, these are also going to be more muted neutral colors. So your whites, your tans, your blacks, your navy blues are more so what you're gonna find in equestrian style. There's usually solid colors. There's not usually patterns or prints. It's a very simple, very sleek look. Like I said, equestrian style is still extremely popular, and if you have the right item and you use that specific keyword, because it is so specific, you're going to get a specific buyer who is probably going to buy it outright. The very last keyword is chain print. Now this refers to a pattern on whatever clothing item it is. I think it's a very distinguishable pattern. And a lot of people see this pattern, but they don't know what to call it. I know when I kept coming across this, I tried to call it luxe print because I noticed that a lot of luxury designers had very specific pieces with this print on it. And I couldn't figure out what it was supposed to be called, but it's actually called chain print. So I'll put up some photos here so you know exactly what I'm talking about. But chain print is essentially what it sounds like. It is a graphic print basically all over, typically all over. I don't frequently see not all over. It's usually all over whatever item it is, whether it's a blouse or a dress, which in my opinion tend to be the most popular, especially in dresses. I have really good luck with chain print dresses. In particular, I have sold quite a bit of Zara chain print dresses. I have really good luck with that. They tend to be more so blogger favorites and sell for, you know, more than other Zara pieces. And I think that reigns true for a lot of brands. If you have something so specific like this and people fall in love with it, it is a solid seller every single time and typically sells for more money. So this is chain print. If you have something with it, definitely, absolutely want to put that into your title and into your listing. All of these things, like I said, are very, very specific, and so they best accurately describe your item. And I feel like if you're missing these keywords for these specific items, buyers are not going to find it. You need to know these exact keywords to put in there to bring the right buyer over. All right, guys, so that is it for the keyword series today. I hope that you guys enjoyed watching. I will drop down below in the description a link to TIJN's website if you are interested in getting the blue light filter glasses. They are amazing. I love all of these styles. Go over, check them out on their website. Again, I will link that down below. Drop a comment down below. Let me know if you guys like the keyword series or what kinds of keywords that you guys want to learn about. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.